Garrett Blevins here with a review of the final day of the first 4 weeks. 6x4 on squats, 4x5 on bench, followed by should have been a 6x4, but I accidentally did an extra rep, miscounted on paused conventionals. Finished out with some close grip, and I'm doing some sumo rows as my assistance work now, so I'll probably film those later. See total volume here up at the top, as well as barbell volume. The numbers there down at the bottom are the number of working reps, so 58, 130, and 73. Today was pause squats. This was my first working set, 455. This felt really good on this day. I felt like my depth was on point, as well as maintaining neutral spine throughout and not relaxing in the bottom of the squat. Felt a lot of tightness in my hips as I went down in a good way. I could tell that I was turning on my glutes, externally rotating, screwing my feet into the floor. That idea of screwing your feet into the floor is a good cue, but it can be overdone, and you can push your knees out too far to the sides, and you don't want to do that. That'll lead to some shear forces in the knee. I don't worry so much about pushing my knees out to the side so much as just tracking over my toes. This set here, a set of 6 with 495. This set gassed me pretty good. I was pretty tired just from the volume block that I've been in anyways. And then to come in and do a set of 6 on this was, one, a PR for me, but also just a difficult set. That said, I was happy to get it. This is kind of what I had my eyes on as far as the final set, as far as weight that I wanted for this training cycle. Honestly, I'd like to get up in the 545 range for a set of 6 or a set of 5. I've done a triple paused with that before, I believe 3 sets of 3, maybe 2 sets of 3. So that's where I'm looking at to work up into and kind of wave into in these next 2 training cycles. If I can get to 525 or so on my next training cycle with pause squats, that'd be good. And then probably the next training block, try to go for that RPE 10 545 pause squat set. So stay tuned for that. We'll see how that goes. Benching felt pretty good today. However, my shoulder is getting a little fatigued just from all the reps, my right shoulder specifically. I really wish these benches were a little bit wider. My shoulder does come off the side a little bit sometimes, and that can lead to a little bit of shoulder pain. Additionally, the incline presses really tire out my shoulder. I need to work on warming up my shoulders, I think, a little bit more before I start benching. Just to be able to move through the full range of motion well without any sort of impingement. Wanted to go to 405 on this day for my last set, but held it off. I knew it wasn't there on this day, and so decided to go with 395. Still a good weight, especially for a set of 5. Was able to pause that last rep and lock it out, so happy about that. Worked up to 395 as well on conventional pulls. This is my last set of 4, and you'll see I rush through these pauses a little bit. I need one to pause longer, and I also need to pause closer to the ground. But I am below the knee, which is better than where I was pausing earlier in this training cycle, so still learning these lifts. With the wider conventional stance, I was able to pull much more effectively and felt a lot stronger, even though it's less optimal as far as my hands have to be further out and the range of motion is longer. For that reason, I feel like I get a lot more power out of the floor, and widening my stance shortens the range of motion. So I think a little bit wider with the hands, a little bit wider with the feet tends to even out, at least for me. And here is some slightly closer grip work. I won't call this like full close grip. I'm just in about 2 inches from where I do my normal pressing. This is with 370. And I believe I did a set of 7 and a set of 6 on this day, and was pretty happy with that. So this is the end of the first volume block, but the effort is not over. The training cycle is really just beginning. I have 2 more 4-week cycles coming up, another volume block that will have slightly higher intensity and slightly less volume, followed up by an intensity block, which will focus even more on increased intensity and lower volume, followed by a peaking cycle. And the peaking cycle that I have, it does alleviate a lot of fatigue, but it is also mentally taxing in a different way, as the numbers that I have to work with are much higher than what I'll have been working with throughout this training cycle. So I'm hoping for some good results, but only time will tell. Thank you all for your support. Hope wherever you're at, you're doing well. Blessings.